If you really want to know the secret to becoming a profitable trader, well, listen up, because I'm going to give it to you right now. Quit trading. Now, I know what you may be thinking. What do you mean quit trading? How does that make sense? Here's how. Because what most traders are doing right now is exactly what's keeping them broke. And that's what you need to quit. They think the answer is having more trades, having longer hours, or taking bigger risk. And that's exactly why they're losing. They're stuck in this cycle hoping that the next trade will make up for all the mistakes in the past trades. But that's not going to happen. If you're serious about making money, then quit trading. Quit doing what's not working. Start to think different so we can minimize those mistakes and actually get on the right side of profitability. That's the only way you'll ever break free and win in this game. And I'm going to show you how. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Strong. I make videos about trading the futures market, investing in the stock market, and personal finances. We trade to grow our capital. We invest to build long-term wealth and have asset appreciation. And none of that's possible without having good personal finances. Quit trading if you want to make money. I gotta put that disclaimer out there right now. You feel me? Like, now what does this mean? We're gonna go through a whole list of things, man. I'm gonna show you a lot of things it takes that if you stop doing and things you start doing, it's gonna transform your trading and have this transformative effect not only your trading but on your mind as well. It's not hard. People just overcomplicate these things. And the first thing I want to go over is that less is more. All right. So by less is more, what we want to do is we want to stop trying to trade all the time, right? Quit trading all the time. Trading too much is what's killing your progress. And up front, I do believe there's a good balance for it, right? So when I first started trading, I was trading some days 6 to 8 times in a day, right? Of course, I was scalping. And I believe this is imperative when you're first starting to get repetition in because up front, man, the more reps, the quicker you learn, right? It's not about time. And that's one of the reasons that people can say they've been trading 3-4 years and they're not profitable. Well, it's because how much have you really been putting in? Like the only reason I got where I got as fast as I did because I put in full-time reps. Like when I sold my business, I took that same time I had and I put into trading. So instead of me working 14, well, anywhere from 12 to sometimes rarely 16-hour days, I was doing that with trading. And so I was back testing. I had screen time. I was in front of the chart every single day during the New York session, right? Getting those reps in. And I was executing 6 to 8 trades a day. So I was getting the emotional feedback and I was in that emotion 6 to 8 times every day for months. So that's a lot of reps versus, if you swing trade and you take one trade a week, it's like, man, you're getting 4, 5 a month. It's not a lot of data. So there is a balance with this, but once you're past the initial stages, you need to fall back on how much you're trading if you want to have good progress because profitability comes from discipline and not just action. You can trade a lot. For example, the way I trade a lot of my strategies, I always start off with like this base amount and I clean it up. And I make sure I have certain metrics I go through with myself and then some of my private students, right? I look at my metrics and like one of them is my strike rate. And I want to get my strike rate as high as possible. Meaning like for every dollar I put in, every trade I take, it makes me this equivalent of money. It's basically powerful. So like I have some versions of my strategy where I can trade 53 times and, make 30%. And then I have a stricter version where I might only take 28 trades, but I still make that same 30%. So my strike rate is way higher. I did less to get more or the same, right? So that's what I'm looking for in my trades. And that's what ultimately, if you can get to that point, you're in a great spot. You don't need to trade every day to make money. That's not true. A lot of people think you do. Some people, they can't sit on their hands, but that's not really going to fly if you really want to make money consistently. If so, you're going to have to adapt your strategy to fit that. But one good trade a week is very good. 2 is really good too, right? Now, it may not be a scalp because obviously you missed that and it's over, but it might be a good intraday. But man, I'm telling you, 2 good trades a week, anywhere from 1 to 3, you golden. You don't really need more than that, man, because I'm telling you, 1 good trade a week is going to beat 10 sloppy trades all day, every day. The next thing we want to do is we want to stop obsessing over daggone win rate. Quit trading or quit trying to make 100% of your shots, man. Even Steph Curry don't make every 3-pointer. You cannot make every shot. You're going to lose, and people are trying to find this 80, 90% win rate to not lose. It's not about that. Like, yes, you have your personality, but at the end of the day, you can change your personality. You know what I'm saying? I've had to change a lot to adapt to the markets. And I have a video out too. I just dropped about how much money can you really make trade. If you haven't seen that video, add that video to your watch next, man. I literally break down I debunked the whole myth about the win rate percentage. Like, I literally have it on a spreadsheet. I built the spreadsheet in the video, went through it with y'all, and showed literally how having a 40% win rate at like 1 to 3 is better than having a 60, 70% or 70% at 1 to 1. I walk you through it and show you that. So again, go watch that video. It is called, yeah, how much money can you really make day trading? Go watch that video next. Matter of fact, write down a piece of paper. I'm waiting. I'm looking at you. All right, you got it. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna find you now. Hey, watch the video now. You feel me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. So stop obsessing over the win rate, man. It does not mean anything, dude. Like, win rate is a trap, bro. You think these people, these market makers, these institutions, you think they don't understand how the average person, how we went to school and how we were raised and groomed and trained to get a 70% passing rate on a test, to get a C? You know what I'm saying? 83 to get a B, or 93. I forgot the grading scale, 87, whatever it was, right? 93 to get an A. You think they don't understand that we're programmed to go after the high percentage? So what do you think they want us to do, is go after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm not saying you can't have a high win rate. You can, but don't obsess over it. Like, you don't need that to make money. 50%, 2 to 1 is profitable. You can lose half your daggone trades and make money every month. Stop trying to find this holy grail that's like 90% with a freaking 10R ratio or 5R. Like, yo, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And if you find it, call me. Call me, boy, because I ain't seen that. You know what I'm saying? But dude, it's not about that, man. It's about getting good trades, good risk to reward, a good R multiple, and having a decent win rate. You know what I'm saying? And if you can clean it up over time, for sure, clean it up. But it's not about having it 90, 80%. All right. Next, we want to quit prioritizing quantity over quality. Quality should triumph quantity every time. We do not need to be in the market all the time, taking trades 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. just because the market's open in New York. I can tell you right now, most of the volume comes in London, New York crossover. So, I mean, why are you there all day? You know what I mean? Like, just because you're there, the market doesn't even move the same, bro. Like, live your life, enjoy it, man. We trade to have freedom. We trade to have our time. We trade to get, options to not have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy that time, bro. Like, you don't need to be at the chart all the time, all right? So prioritize quality trades over quantity. If you can get 2 good trades, 1 good trade in that day, I would take that 1 versus 2 raggedy trades at the lunchtime. You know what I'm saying? Or during an Asian session, because you saw something that you could just trade. I don't want that, man. I don't want scraps. You feel me? I want the entree. Give me the main course. Give me the main meal. I want number 3. You feel me? I don't eat fast food, but give me number 3. I want the main one, man. I don't want no side dish, bro. I don't want no little French fry, man. I'm 6'6", 240. I don't want no side dish, no little French fry. You feel me? So prioritize quality over quantity, man. Because I'm telling you, quantity eventually is gonna blow your daggone account, but quality is gonna grow your account. Next, sitting on your hands is a real skill. Understand that sitting on your hands is a skill. So we need to quit being impulsive. I know a lot of people say they can't, they always want to move and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you want to win at trading, you have to change. Because like I said, man, they studied this stuff when it came to trading. It goes against human nature for a reason. And so that's why it's so hard to master, because a part of being good at trading is actually self-mastery. It makes you become disciplined and patient and all type of things when you start to trade. If you like to move a lot, it's my hand. Hey, look, you need to go do something else to get that out your system before you come to the chart or something, because you come in here gunslinging. You might even have a crazy week, and you probably gonna blow it next week. Because you want to move so bad that when the market finally tells you, hey, you know what? There's no setups this week that are looking real good or A+, you still want to trade. that's not gonna fly, you know, in the long term when it comes to helping your equity curve. And so, you know, sometimes doing nothing is the right answer, and that could feel wrong when it comes to trading. But a lot of times, the correct answer is do nothing, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, the proper traders, we aren't the busiest at all, but we are the most patient. And it's about waiting for the right setup, not a setup, the right setup to take. And sometimes you need to quit to get better. And quitting doesn't mean giving up, but quitting means taking a step back, man, just to listen, to figure out what's going on, to assess, to address. You know what I mean? To like, all right, man, what's broken? What's going on, man? Like, yo, sometimes you done lost 3-4 trades that morning. You need to quit. Take a step back. Hey, I'm done for the day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the week. And see what's going on. You know what I mean? Now, that's part of your plan. You followed it. You know, you risk whatever you risk, 0.5% or something, or fixed dollar amount. Around that 0.5%. You lost 4, but you follow every rule to the T. Great. That's just a random distribution of outcome. But if you out here breaking rules and stuff, you might need to quit for that week. Just take a step back. Block your account till next week, man, and go study, go put some work in. Rethink your strategy, man. Like, get your mind right. Understand what's going on. You know, is it a market? Is it the pairs if you're doing forex, right? Is it your asset if you're doing futures like we do now, right? What is it? Take that time and take a step back, man. And good advice I have always, man, is just make sure you set rules for yourself when you trade, right? Don't try to take somebody else's rules. You probably can't take my rules. You could take them as, you know, a template, but my rules are built for me, my lifestyle, my personality. Make sure you're building yours for you. You know, if you have certain times where, now there's some things you just gotta understand is that because you work during this time, volume comes when volume comes. You can't make volume come more in an Asian session than it comes in New York. It's just not gonna happen, right? The Asian session is just slower. It just is what it is. But maybe you look at different assets that move more than Asian. You know what I'm saying? But understand, make your rules and stuff based off you, man. Track your trades. Treat this as a business. You would not go into any business without a business plan, you know, without a structure, without proper documentation, without any of that stuff, right? You have your cash flow analysis every quarter. You have cost projections. You have all these things in a real business, right? You're checking your accounting. You should be checking. I check my accounting weekly. And then, you know, I definitely want to see an overall snapshot every month, but I check my accounting weekly. I check my household income weekly, business income weekly. You should be checking on this. So trading is a business and it's no different, right? So treat it like that. If you like making money, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you don't like making money, then don't subscribe. It's that simple. Make sure you go to my description, man. As always, I have plenty of resources down for you guys to continue to grow, continue to evolve, and, you know, help you guys on your journey to getting this money, man, so we can all, you know, change our lives and our families' lives. And with that being said, I'm going to see y'all next time. Much love.